suicide. But when the suicide was done in anger, when it was done in retaliation, Sherry and I were looking for a home in northern Arizona, and we found quite an attractive home, and we were looking in it. She went into the bathroom and came out, I went into the bathroom, because we had sensed and we had seen and we had a strong sense that the person there had committed suicide.
Really?
When the real estate agent said, well, how do you like the house? And we said, well, we like the house, but we don't like the bathroom. And the person said, oh, what do you mean? And we said, because someone committed suicide in that room. And that person just blanched. And she said, how did you know? I thought you were from out of town. And we said, we are from out of town, but how would you explain to a real estate agent? We just said, well, we kind of sense these things, and then she was probably just as happy to get rid of us as we were happy to leave the home.
Mm-hmm. Well, I imagine they also said, yeah, we understand there's probably a residue in the bathroom. We have this question here come in on the Fast Blast. The writer wants to know. They say they had a dream the other night, and in the dream, somebody was trying to make them drink things they thought was barium. They woke up feeling nauseous, and the letters HTA, they didn't know what that meant. And I'm not sure what barium is, other than I think some people suggest that's put in chemtrails. Is it possible that something could visit you in the night and poison you, like maybe suggested here?
Well, we're talking possibilities here. This would certainly not be common, and I don't know. Come on, guys. Did you ever go to Sunday school? Don't you say your prayers when you go to bed at night? Don't you ask for protection? Don't you ask for your guardian, for the Great Spirit, the Great Mystery, whatever you want to call it, to watch over you? I'm very much aware of guardian angel when I go to bed at night, when I go to sleep. And I would recommend that to everyone. Again, on our website, we have a number of prayers, techniques, exercises for people to use in those situations. And, even the person who's skeptical, what have you got to lose?
Well, yeah.
At least put it this way, you're having a positive thought before you go to bed.
Yeah, and you just might keep the spooks away.
Exactly.
So is the prayers, are prayers designed by trial and error by humans over time to whittle those down to what it really takes to stop entities from visiting you or possessing you?
Yes. I should state that they're completely ecumenical. They're not doctrinal. They're not one particular religion. These are exercises, techniques, and prayers that Sherry and I have developed that would be universal for wherever you're coming from, philosophically, religiously, culturally, philosophically. You can make it individualized because it's universal. And I'm not selling this. I'm not trying to I'm not a missionary here. It's on our website. Check under the S files. That's S for Steiger. Yes, they're in the book Shadow World. We'd love to have you buy the book, but we have these for free because we feel that's part of our mission is to teach and to help people.
Brad, could I? I know you don't like labels, but it seems that what you just said is you have a politically correct spook blocking prayer going there.
Well, I would say ecumenically correct spook blocking prayer. Yes, indeed.
By the way, you can use the word spook blocking if you want to. Okay. No
royalties.
No. Okay, so you and Sherry have developed these prayers. So let me ask you then, in the process of the development, then let's just say as anything that one does and studies, there's going to be a trial and error period. So would you say that whoever you used prayer or disseminated the prayers to in the beginning, they were attacked and you go, that didn't work, we better change it? Are they all right?
I suppose there was some of that, but what we tell people, is you have to practice these sincerely. This isn't, and I don't mean to be insulting, but this isn't something where you just kneel and you mumble and recite it over and over and over. I mean, you're involved in this prayer, these techniques. We should probably call them techniques or exercises, even more. That would probably fit it better than prayer. You're involved in it. You participate, and you're, again, as I say, totally ecumenical, totally universal. We've had people who have lived in a house where they were tormented for years that use these techniques and no longer troubled. It's a way of putting the entity at peace. It's a way of making you feel stronger. And another thing I always recommend, that old saying, Daniel, we've heard since we were kids, whistling in the graveyard.
That keeps them back.
There's so much truth to that, because there is something about song. We have a special section of our brain devoted to music. Music is a mystery. That's one of the great mysteries. Where did it come from? Why do we do it? And again, if you really feel that you're being set upon, if you really feel that you've been touched by evil, you've been touched by something so powerful, and you get that kind of prickly feeling all over, and you get it in your solar plexus, and you feel, good Lord, what am I facing? Let loose with a song, whether it's a hymn you feel comfortable, whether it's a song you feel, but just let out, because what you're doing there is you're breaking the reception. You're putting up a lot of static. And that's not a reflection on your vocal ability. I mean, that's what happens to the negative projection from the entity. You've broken the reception. You've set up this wall of static, and it's a very effective method.
You say music is a mystery. So the idea that music came into the human sphere, the human domain, did music come externally to humans, or did humans just develop it in sort of an evolutionary sense?
They're still studying that. There's a whole issue of new scientists devoted to the mystery of music. It's just a couple weeks old. I have it right beside my bed. Reading tonight, I'll be reading it through. They have chapter after chapter of this incredible. What about animals? Is the bird song, is that singing, or is that a mating call? But we do when we sing. Sometimes it's a mating call, but we do it for many different reasons. We do it, for sorrow. We do it for happiness. We do it for contemplation. We do it for meditation. What is it? The music is a gift. Music is a mystery, and it's part of the whole paranormal, and it's an ability that we should not hesitate to use.
And who gave that gift? Where did it come from?
Well, I would say the Great Spirit. I would say it came from the Great Mystery. I would say it's something that we, as the children of Earth, were granted, and you can put whatever label that you wish.
Okay. All right, we have this question from Jane, and Jane says, Brad, ghosts seem to go from human host to possess, so what would explain them hanging around certain houses and areas waiting for their next host or kill or drive someone crazy? So I guess what they're suggesting is that is that what they're doing? Are they at a certain location waiting for the next victim to come in? And if so, what happened to the last person they possessed?
Gosh, I think, with all due respect, I think that's kind of a Hollywood interpretation of ghosts, that they're lying there waiting for you. I think only people of the proper, and I'm not using that in the Victorian sense of the word, but of the proper level of sensitivity, will perceive them, will interact with them, unless it's some incredible entity that is not a